Once students know their Lexile, it's important for them to find a book that's not only a pleasure to read, but something that is also going to challenge their reading. I want to show you a couple of ways that students can actually find books in the library using the Lexile score that they've been given by their communication arts teachers. The first thing students will want to do is to access our Alexandria, which is the database that we use to actually track our books. Students will want to log in at the top of the toolbar, and the URL that they will use is 10.10.1.5. While students are at school and we have the Alexandria system on, they can then log into our card catalog. Once on the card catalog, there are a couple of different ways that they can access books and determine Lexile scores. The first one is to go to the filter, right here on the right-hand side of the screen, right below subject. When they click on filter, they have an option to actually choose their Lexile, what they're looking for. You'll notice on the left that it's set at 0, but let's say you have a student who has a Lexile of 1,000. What they'll want to do is select a Lexile range, and if they're sitting at 1,000, I believe it's recommended that they're right around 100 below, at the most 100 below, and 100 above. So I'm going to select a 970 Lexile. You could go a little lower if you wanted. Let's go to 930. And then you can lower it at the top end as well. So if they're at 1,000, let's take them to 1160. That's a nice range that they can actually look at. Within that range, right here, they can find all the books that they're looking for. The problem with this screen is they need to know the kind of book or the genre of book. And so if they know they want to read fiction, at the top here they're just going to type in fiction, what kind of book they're going to read. We now have their Lexile score chosen, and they're going to search. When they search with this process, you'll see that the books that we have in our library with the Lexile between what we have chosen will show up. On the left-hand side, there should be a picture if it's available. It'll tell you that it's fiction because that's what we chose, the author, the Lexile, and then over on the right, it's going to tell you if it's available or not. So unavailable, available, it's in. At the top of the screen, you'll see that they can choose multiple pages, so it's important for them to scan through. They can also go all the way to the bottom and choose more. It's probably easier at the top of the screen. Then once they've found a book that they think they might want, since it's fiction, they'll want to write fiction on a sheet of paper. They'll want to write the author and the title. The title is going to be important because on the shelves for fiction we have everything alphabetized by the author's last name. In this case it's H-A-R, but we only have the 3 initials for the last name. So we'll want to know the title so that we can help them find it. The second way that students can actually choose their Lexile and not limit what genre they're looking for is exactly the same way. We're going to go to 10.10.1.5. It's going to bring up the exact same screen. We're loading Alexandria. And here, students can go to a simple search where they could just look for a specific author or title, or we could make that an advanced search. We're going to go to advanced. At this point, we can choose our Lexile. So again, we might have someone who's at 1,000, so let's go to 950. And then the key is on this side, I'll make this a little bit bigger, right here where it says and, we're going to go through, okay, and let's do 1100. We're going to change words to Lexile score. Okay. So on our 10.10.1.5, we have now selected our Lexile score 950 through Lexile score of 1100. We're going to search. and it will tell us all of the books that are in that range without a concern for the actual genre. And you'll see we have 182 books that are on the shelf, or we have availability to have it on the shelf. But then you'll notice that if the book has been checked out, it will say unavailable. But again, before they come into the library, it would be really nice if they had a list of those books that they would like to have that fit their Lexile range. I want to remind you that there is a difference between pleasure reading and reading for knowledge. So if a book is not in that a student has on their list, they should be able to choose another book, even if it's below their Lexile or above their Lexile, and then we'll try to make sure that we save that book for them the next time. If you have any questions, you know where to find me. Thanks.